Okay, hello everyone. Apologies for a few minutes. Slight delay to the start. I was just getting a few things sorted out as I put on my headphones. So hello and welcome to the start of another week streaming here at Randomised Gaming. I am your host for this stream, Random Gamer Riven, as always. So apologies, I didn't do an overlay. I realised I was so busy getting stuff sorted out today that I actually forgot to do an overlay for this live stream because I did this quite late. So fortunately there is a video coming tomorrow that will be a long play, and there's a light gun shooter long play, and that's also on a PlayStation 3 game. So in case you don't know, the PlayStation 3 store is shutting down along with the PSP and the PS Vita one. I'm going to start covering a few games that are exclusive to the store at present, and I think you may well enjoy a look at some of these games, although I will admit at the minute the store is a nightmare to download to. So some of the games I'm not sure are currently working. There are a number of issues trying to download with the store. Account starts syncing. I've had an issue where I can't download some games in the store. I'm getting a purchase error. Been able to buy some but not others. One of the other guys in the team has actually got an issue where it's refusing to download anything from his account. It's refusing to activate. It's refusing to deactivate on the PS3. So it's a bit of a car crash, unfortunately. This is Toy Home, which is a PS3 exclusive download game. Now you see it says Toy Home Second Gear. That's because I have the DLC. So there's a couple of DLCs: single player mode, battle mode, ranking, online battle, replay, how to play, credits. I think I'll probably go to online battle. It'll probably tell me the servers are... Yes, I forgot. I don't have the internet cable in as I'm streaming, so... We've got ranking, we've got battle, we've got single, we've got... So we've got basic, expansion tour, all stars tour, free run mode. So let's jump into a 3 run mode first. So this is a 6-axis control game. I'll probably do a standard video on this as well, so I'll probably do an uncommentated one. We've got select course, galaxy in a room. We've got course after dinner, kitchen run, amusement park, little lady. Happy. But yes, Toy Home is available on the PlayStation Store now. This is the 6-act. Now I should warn people, I doubt very much this game will ever be re-released. I think this one's as dead as the dodo once Sony shut down the store. Toy Home has DLC that you're going to need to grab as well. A couple of things I should note. Toy Home has a couple of things. So it has DLC. The game itself requires the 6-axis controller as well, so I will be tilting my joypad quite heavily in this video, and I don't need to tell many people that I doubt very much the 6-axis control function will ever be used again after this, as it was pretty terrible. PS4 joypad did have it. I'm not sure about PS5. Game Republic, who also developed this, went bust, so you have a combination of a control scheme they no longer use. Game Republic went bust, and a few other things. I doubt very much this game will ever be reissued. This is probably it for Toy Home. In fact, I only picked it up a few months back because I didn't realise Game Republic had made it. So I think we've got all sorts of... So we've got speed and power control. I think I'm going to put the emphasis on control at the minute. So this reminds me a bit of Toy Commander on the Dreamcast. Course 5, a galaxy in a room. Okay. And I'm on 3 roam, so it was... Just get the controls vibration off. Now, to control the cars, you have to steer with the 6-axis. You cannot use the D-pad in any way, shape or form. This was an early PS3 game and one of a handful, and I've got a couple of there are a couple of 6-axis games that I have picked up over the last week, and it goes without saying 6-axis stuff is probably unlikely to ever return. Okay, so right trigger is brake, left trigger, R2 is accelerate, L2 is brake, and to turn, I'm having to use the 6-axis controller, so I've got to turn. So it's not the greatest control scheme, I will admit. That looks like it's... Oh, it's not too bad actually. I think the worst 6-axis game was probably Lair. So Lair in itself... Ooh, that was a bonus. Lair in itself is actually a very good game. And if you download the patch that removes the 6-axis controls, it plays very well. But Lair on its own, the default 6-axis controls didn't work for Lair. This actually is quite a bit better. I just feel like I'm controlling a car. Albeit a slightly stiff one. Okay, brake. Okay, so we've basically got power slides in this. Okay, that's quite good. I believe Game Republic was actually set up by one of the guys who did Street Fighter, but unfortunately its last game, Knight's Contract, saw it come a cropper, although I don't think they've had much luck with a lot of their games. I mean, Knight's Contract was actually not a bad game. It had some interesting design choices that meant it was a bit of a wacky game, and a lot of people wouldn't have necessarily liked it, where in fact you had a character, you had to basically protect a character that you couldn't. But it was quite a good game overall, but it just wasn't a conventional game. As in, it was different, and sometimes when you do things that are a bit different, people don't like it. But admittedly, it did have problems as well. Okay, so as the name would suggest, this is a toy game. So obviously 3 roam, it's just literally drive around. Can go up there as well. Ooh, I could go up there. Okay, the controls are actually better than I was expecting. I was expecting something that was uncontrollable. I think for this playthrough I might just concentrate on looking at the DLC, seeing as a lot of people might not have that. And then I might do a standard video of some of the normal game. Actually pretty good looking. I think this is about 4 or... It wasn't a lot to buy. This and the DLC was relatively cheap. Look at that teddy bear there. Help. We've actually decorated all the room with some sort of Lion King thing there. Got a lot of kids' books or something in there. Yes, apologies if you're wondering where the overlay is. I didn't do one in this video. So if you're enjoying this video, of course, please do hit that like button. And again, if you like our content, please do consider subscribing. Yes, I should have done an overlay, but I didn't get around to doing it today, as I was busy doing a video this morning that will be coming out tomorrow, so I might try and get... Actually realised I've got two videos. I need to update one of our older videos, so that way we can showcase it off, and I need to get that one updated, and then I need to put out a new one tomorrow, which will, I think, be an enjoyable classic arcade game. And to give you a hint, it has a bit of a mad dog to it. And it is another one that is available on PSN that will be going. So I'm going to be covering a lot of them. And I've been trying to download the follow-up today, but not having much luck on PSN. There are a lot of issues trying to buy games at present, so... I've got a radar as well. I should be really using that radar, shouldn't I? I've just been driving where I fancy at the minute. And ram into... So we've got soldiers. Saying there's something... Ah, I see. So the pink one. Quite like... It's quite nice, the destructible arena as well. So you can literally crash through everything. Can we hit all these? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 5. Smash. 3, yeah. Okay, so lots of things to smash, lots of places to score in this. And the controls aren't actually too bad. You do have power slide. I was expecting the controls to possibly be rather unfun, should we say, but no, this is actually quite good. Not perfect, but the Axis controls are much better than I was expecting. Can't go up there. So lots of routes as well on this stage. Lots of places you can go. Okay, that's enough of this one. That's the title screen. Look at the expansion tour. So this will be the DLC stuff. So a change vehicle. Non-stop crasher, that's quite cool. I feel I should change vehicle just for the... Why would I want the pop and hopper? Why would I want that? That has noticeably weaker everything. Why would I want to equip to that? So that's the big stomper. Like everything's new. But we will be looking at a selection of PS1 and PS3 games that sort of over the next few weeks are available on PSN and PS3. So this course here is a DLC one. As you saw, this is a DLC. So if you want to get this, you need to make sure you have the game's DLC. I think that was just the one download content. Now, as we are finding, some games have already had the DLC pulled for... Jump in! Okay, I should redo that. Strangely, I did notice not that many people have actually covered this game on the... There's a time sync. Ooh. Okay, I'm making a bit of a colossal mess of this right now. Okay, let's try that again. I've actually got to get some speed up here. Okay, jump distance. Okay, this is a bit problematic. Get up there! Get up there! The problem is you have to hit it and then you do an odd jump and then and only then okay, this is going to be that try again kind of motif. So bonus medals, yep, that was retry, that was a terrible run. And press X to jump, so I've got to jump and then jump again. So jump onto the champion. Yes! Okay, no. We'll use the jump button, keep driving, keep going straight! As I'd say in Daytona, over jump! Over straight! Okay. And there we go. Technique 13,000, so 52 of 72 medals, medal completion. Special bonuses, okay. Your rank is C, okay. Now I'm not sure if anyone's actually videoed the DLC before, so... Because I noticed there aren't a huge amount of videos on this channel. On this game, and I was like, okay, this might be a bit of a slightly dicey one for us. You never quite know if the music's contented by someone or... Okay, so here we go. We got a bit... So I've got to take this one a bit more careful at the start. Ooh, Ooh, now this is where the SixAxis might be a bit troublesome. Okay, maybe doing the DLC wasn't necessarily going to make my life the easiest. This is definitely not going to be an easy stage. We've got all sorts of things. And I need to get going. That side. Okay, let's get these outer ones done first. These will be the easy ones. So you can't use thumbsticks to control. This is SixAxis control. So there were a few SixAxis games, but they prickly. Hi, Hezekiah. Apologies. Hezekiah George. As the title of the video says, the game's name is Toy Home on PlayStation 3. This is a digital download only game, and it's one of the many that will be delisted shortly when the store... Oh, can I hit that balloon? So this is called Toy Home. And this is one of the many PlayStation Sony developed games that will be delisted come the store closure of PlayStation 3. So I really want to showcase a lot of these games off before they get... Oh, that's not going to be good enough, so I've got 2 minutes. But yes, it's called Toy Home. And it's basically toy racing. But as I said, it is SixAxis controls, so... Oh! And that's where the SixAxis fails a bit. Smash, come on. Yes! So thanks for joining the stream, Hezekiah. Hezekiah George? Yes, the name of the stream says it's Toy Home. Toy Home with DLC. It's a slightly odd name, Toy Home, I will admit. So that was only a C rank. I'm currently looking at the DLC stages. Collect all the coins in a room. So, bonus stage. Okay, we've got a bonus stage. We've got to collect. Woohoo! So we've got to try and get every single coin. Okay, this is going to... We be in the living room. Oh, I don't think I want to fall off, because I think if I fall off I won't be getting back on. Ooh, careful. Careful there, Riven. Careful. This reminds me a lot of Toy Commander on the... Ooh. On the Sega Dreamcast, which is another sort of toy-based game. Similar, they did toy races as well. Okay, no. Yeah, definitely the turning is where... Yes, we've actually covered Suikoden on the channel there, George. We've covered a lot of games here at Randomised Gaming, so we cover an awful lot. Got quite a few RPGs on the channel, though not as many RPGs as I'd like, actually. I'm a big RPG fan, but we do stream regularly, so I do every weekday. well, I did used to do every weekday. At the minute I'm doing Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to get every coin on this stage. This is definitely quite tricky. The SixAxis controls, not the most reliable. Well, that's not too bad though. This is actually the first time I've really played this, so I'm not going to be getting excellent grades. Bonus air tricks? Okay. Some actually really good music as well. Bonus air tricks, so... Okay, so this is going to be an air trick stage, or we're going to have to do lots of air tricks on this. Yeah, obviously the 3-row mode was really to get you to practice in this. Cool. Nope, we're not going to be jumping up there, it seems. As I mentioned in the start of the video, this is one of many PlayStation. So the PlayStation, the PSP, the PS3, and the PlayStation Vita stores are basically all closing. The PSP... please don't put personal details in stream comments. So let's go for jump. Okay, that was a tricky stage. I'll give that a shot. Another shot. This was a tricky one. Admittedly, picking the DLC means you're going to probably be getting the challenging stages. But the music's quite nice to listen to. As I said, this is only available on PlayStation Network, and this is a PS3 game, so as mentioned, the Sony is shutting it all down come July. The Vita store stays open to August, but this will be gone in 2nd of July is when it all closes, so... And there's going to be a lot of really good games delisted, so I would highly recommend. And this is about 2,000 plus games. I think probably more about 3,000 if you include them across all regions. Ooh, this one's a tough... This is a tough stage. I do like the stage design actually. It's quite... So it does remind me a lot of Toy Commander on Dreamcast, although that was more a combat game. And that is something we have covered on the channel before. So should we can go up here? Yeah. As always, if you enjoy our streams, please do consider hitting that like button. It is very much appreciated. Oh. Okay, before I go back up there, I'm going to grab a few of the others around the ground. So you do need to get all the rings in this mode. You basically need to drive around. It's kind of like an open world driving sim, I suppose, this DLC mode. You basically just have to drive. You drive around and have to collect the rings, and once you've got them... Okay, so most of these other rings are up the top now, so... I'm going to have to go up the top, it seems. I think that's everything. Is this... But definitely there's a lot of debate going around about the shutdown and whether stuff should be released publicly if they're not prepared to... Okay, right. Oh. Okay, this is... I've got 12. I'm running out of time. I should probably do... Alright, next time round I'm going to do this top section straight away. It's actually it's not a bad racing game. I think this did have a few negative reviews, I think, revolving around the SixAxis control. It's not too bad. I think the issue with the SixAxis is you can't get up to speed as well with some of the other things. I'm just going to grab a few of these to get to speed, but I'm not going to spend too long this time around. Yeah, it's the recovering turns as well are the issue, so... Okay, so I need to work on getting up here. So stuff like these tight turns are the issue. Okay, we'll force that stuff off the edge, right, and then let's back it up and let's go for a jump and a drive. Let's... Oh! Yeah, I think the main issue is you can't do too much speed. So, I wouldn't say the SixAxis controls are terrible, but I wouldn't say they're ideal either. Like here, it's tough to get out of a situation. I'm going to have to restart. That was well and true me Sam. Witched in between there. It's the ability to do counter turns and things that's the issue with the SixAxis. Hi Nico, thanks for joining the stream. Glad to see a familiar face. Yes, you did just hear SixAxis. This is one of a select number of SixAxis games I've actually been picking up over this weekend. Or a few games I've been trying to pick up to see what they play like. This is definitely an interesting one, so... I mean, it's not a bad game, but the controls aren't too bad. But, again, tight sections like this is where it slightly falls apart. I think Lair is by far the worst game with SixAxis controls. I was playing I did pick up a skiing game that was quite good. There's a skydiving one as well that's not too bad, but that had issues in certain areas, so... Okay, so... Here's the part where I need to reverse. So I need to... The objective for this... So I'm doing DLC in Toy Home at the minute. And I need to basically get, in this mode, all the rings. Jump, jump, jump. Yes, finally, we made it. Lender price. Okay, thank you for letting me know that, Nico. And yeah, I probably do. So, Elgato HD. Deinterlacing get disabled. Yeah, this was so this is Toy Home. This is also by Game Republic. This is one of their... they did a couple of PSN only games. So they did this one, Toy Home. They also did a game based on the board game Settle of Catan. That, however, is sadly now delisted. Oh, 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 oh! Just. Did I make that one? Lair is quite a good game, but that's better once you've deactivated the SixAxis controls. Okay, I've got 20 seconds, so I need to get a move on. Catch up. I haven't... Oh, so I've got all the easy ones, so I've got... No, I don't want to... No! Four... Ah, no! Oh... So close, yet so far. Yes, they did make Dark Mist, which I've covered as well on the channel. They made Knight's Contract, Dark Mist. They made Mahjong, The Forsaken Kingdom. They did Toy Home, this one. They did a Settlers of Catan board game one, but that's been delisted. So I'm going to back up slightly. So yeah, the... Okay, let's get all the ones down here, and then start seeing as I know how to do the ones up. Okay. Yeah, the SixAxis controls are definitely a little bit stiff, to put it mildly. It's not the worst. It's not too bad. It's certainly better than Lair had some of the worst controls I've. What are our favourite Konami games? The Suikoden's very good. Always big fan of like Twinbee, the old Turtles arcade game. That's another iconic one. Castlevania as well, fantastic series. Hi Software Agent TV, thanks for joining the stream. Great to see you back on stream. We're looking at Toy Home on the PlayStation 3, which is one of the many games that's soon to be delisted, and because this is SixAxis controls, I doubt very much this one will ever be coming back. I think once this one's gone, it's gone, especially seeing as Game Republic. I know, like, welcome to our house, that's quite nice, especially seeing as Game Republic. Sword of Eternity. No, yeah, Sword of Eternity is a very good Konami game. It is actually. It's an interesting sort of. It is very quirky. Software Agent TV. Okay, I need to hurry because I've only got... Ah! Okay, I'm not going to be able to... Yeah, definitely the control... I'm going to have to restart this. The controls are your greatest enemy in this, that's for sure. Breakout Code Block Kids was delisted. Yeah, there's been quite... there's been quite a lot of games that have been delisted. So there was a Settlers of Catan board game they did, Game Republic. That's been delisted. The Gran Turismo 5 and 6 have actually been totally delisted. Yes, yeah, I had Gran Turismo 5 Academy Edition, and I was one of the many owners of it when they yanked all the DLC for Gran Turismo 5. Mod Nation, so no one bought Gran Turismo 6 as a result. I remember a lot of people being very unhappy with that because they pulled all. Mod Nation Racer has been pulled. That all the DLC for that has been delisted, I believe. Although it might still be in store. The store is really horrible to navigate. I've been trying to find by Mad Dog 2, and that I didn't realise that. So Mad Dog I should have jumped. Mad Dog McCree 2 is an old light gun game, and basically Mad Dog McCree 1, 2 and Bounty Hunter all got, which are all sort of similar light gun games, all got PSN releases. Mad Dog 2 does not show up in the search function. You have to manually search for it via the You literally have to go and manually search for it via the all games. If you try and do the search function, you have to instead go up and bring up every single game on PSN on the PS3 store, and only then will it show up. And I found the demo, and then I could get to the full game from there. It's just absurd, some of the issues. Not having much luck on this one. I want to try and do this one. Also, I might jump onto one of the other cars. Perhaps I should swap cars as well. If you're enjoying the stream, please do consider hitting that like buttons, guys. Very much appreciated. It was a bit quiet initially, so I was sad how many people are actually going to be on stream tonight. But yeah, there's quite a few games I'm seeing. Quite a few games have been pulled. Sideways New York has been delisted, although that's on PC. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness where it gets delisted in one and not the other. Although some of it is just it's like being bad. You can't search for it properly. Yeah, I think there has been quite a serious discussion about whether if Sony... I mean, I'd quite want to try Rain on the PS3. So there's a game called Rain, which was a Sony Ski J game. And that's very much like Ico, apparently, by the looks of it. So we want to give that a shot. Just pausing a second there. This is where the SixAxis controls go wrong when you get stuff like this. Basically, tight corners are not good for SixAxis driving. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to know how much has already been archived, because I think a lot of it still hasn't been properly archived, because the one concern is that people, although you can get some stuff via unofficial websites, should we say, I'm not sure all of it's been properly archived, because unfortunately the only way to actually archive stuff is someone has to, at least one person has to buy it. There's also a few games like Everybody Golf. So Everybody's Golf, I didn't realise the PS3, the first PS3 one, World Tour. If you still have the disc version, you can no longer use the DLC. You apparently need to buy the complete edition, because the patch for the... So if you buy the complete edition, you get a patch automatically with it. If you buy the... If you have the disc version... Yeah, it's called Rain. It's just called Rain. It's a weird one. It's by Ski J. It was the last game, and literally, if you look in the shop, it's called Rain. It's all lowercase Rain, so it's like rain spelt with lowercase. No, need to retry this again. This one's getting a bit on my nerves. So there's Rain I downloaded, so there's a skiing game I downloaded. And I will be trying to cover these. I'm going to do a big video on it as well. Right, if I don't do this course this time, I'll jump to another course.
3, 2, 1, start.
But there's a skiing game I downloaded called, it's like Go Skiing, which... That was a SixAxis game, but it wasn't too bad. So I downloaded Trash Panic, which is another Sony game. That's a rather quirky puzzle game. I also downloaded Piomic. Yeah, it looked very interesting. I haven't actually played Rain yet. I haven't been able to buy it as of yet. My account is constantly crashing when I try and buy something from the store, but one of the other guys has actually got an issue where he can't download anything in the team as well, so this is quite worrying. There's apparently a lot of shop issues at the minute. Gotta be careful, so I need to make it all the way round with this one, so. Yeah, I haven't actually, I've seen videos of Rain and it looks a lot like Ico. It was two characters running. Oh! Yeah, Rain actually released just before the PS4, and Rain actually released, I didn't realise, in 2013. So it's the last official Sony Japan game for PS3, but it just had no fanfare. Yeah, Rain's got released in Japan, and but yeah, I've heard the store's really bad at the minute in all regions because Sony basically haven't been looking after it properly. They've just let it decay, so it's a real mess. But Rain's in North America, Japan, and Europe. But yeah, I'm having trouble buying stuff. I think I might need to reactivate my PS3 if I can do. There's been issues with. I mean, I didn't get enough speed on that one. Yeah, I haven't actually played Rain yet, but it looks like Nico, and pretty much most games Sony Japan did have been pretty good, so. Okay, let's hit this. Let's hit this. Okay, yep, that's one ring. So, come on, come on. I don't want to lose again. 20 seconds, come on. Jump, jump, jump. Okay, good, good. Stay on the track. Stay on the track. Good, 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 good. Get it, get it. Yes! Finally. Yes, there was also a PS... So I've downloaded a few. There's a puzzle game called Piyakimo. Piya Mikimo. That was another PlayStation Plus Sony Japan game. I basically downloaded all the Sony Japan games that didn't get released, that got released in Europe, except for Rain at the minute. There's two that were Japanese only. There's a Japanese game called Dress, literally called Dress. It appears to be some sort of fashion game, only released in Japan. And there's another one called, I'm going to spell this out for you guys if you're interested. This was only released in Japan as well as digital download. Shiktela, it's SHIKI-TEI. Yeah, I think a lot of their games didn't sell that well on the PlayStation 3 Sony Japan. They did a few wacky things as well, like Kung Fu Rider, so. There was another one they did for PlayStation Move called Beat Sketcher, which I'm going to look at as well. The music's actually very good for this. Although it said it was by T Music, which is apparently a company of digital music artists who do games. I just hope that isn't going to... Yes, that's correct, Software Agent. Chic Tire. Yes. I should actually just type it in, shouldn't I? So yes, it's basically, if I just pause that, it's called, so you've got one called, this is a Japanese only one. There's another one, there's actually a Everybody's Golf called, was it Minya no Putter, that is golf. This is an Everybody Golf putter game that's again only available in Japan. And you also had Dress, which is this, which is just spelt like that. I've been able to find game FAQs database entry on it, on Dress, and that's about it. There's quite a lot of obscure games, and I'm not sure they've all been downloaded yet. There's also one called Dark Awake from Taito that's actually a fighting game. I do like the different times of days on this. Obviously we're doing the front room again, only at night time this time round. Deity of Destruction, nice. I've no idea how I got all those points, I just did. Okay, that one's above me. I need to get to the top. So I'm going to be honest, I saw some of the reviews for this were absolutely scathing, but this is actually quite good fun. Granted, the controls are not ideal, so you do have to put up with SixAxis controls. But it's quite a nice, it's quite an oddity, quirky little game, which is quite nice. And this wasn't that expensive to buy either, but as I'm saying, if you do want PS3 stuff, the store closes on July the 2nd, and when it goes down, the PSP stuff goes down as well. The Vita goes down in August, but it's not that far behind. I have no idea how I'm going to get up the top here on this one. Oh, we can pop balloons. This reminds me a lot of Toy Commander on the Dreamcast, actually, this one. It's like a much better looking Toy Commander. Oh, I created a domino effect. Ah, yeah, I wasn't actually paying... Because I'm concentrating on trying to drive, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm smashing into. Give that stage another shot. Yeah, they did criticise a lot of the early PS3 games. And this is actually quite interesting. I mean, yeah, this is not perfect. Oh, I hit end. I wanted to hit continue. Can I select the stage? If not, I'll pick one of the other modes. So we've got a few modes in this. Can't do anything online as I'm not connected online at present. But I take it you guys have heard about the Cosmos battery in the PS3. So we've got battle mode, which I can't do. Ranking mode, I can do ranking. So it's just the rankings. We've got online battle, online manual, replay, how to play, credits. So I've got the basic tour. I'm not going to do the basic tour, I'm going to do the All-Star. That's true, the PS3 was quite expensive and didn't have many games. So, if you look it up, the CMOS battery is in the PS3, the PS4 and the PS5. Right now, as people have been discovering, I've actually tweeted about it a couple times this today even. When the CMOS battery dies and you can't connect to Xbox Live or let me rephrase, you can't connect to PSN. So if your CMS battery is dead and you can't connect to, basically if the CMS battery is dead and you log on the console offline, no game, retail or digital will run. If you try and install anything, nothing will work. If you try and run games you've already installed that are offline, they will not run. They will just boot back to the menu and it will tell you the CMO battery, there's an error. Because basically it needs some sync with the CMO battery. If that's not running, nothing works. And if you type in CMOS battery PS3, you'll see a video of it. And I saw a video of the PlayStation 4 version. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 3 all have them. Basically, they are effectively a kill switch for the console. When the battery dies, if you don't replace it, you can't play anything on it. Yeah, I would agree. Certainly the launch of the PS3 was a bit... tempted to pick a... I suspect there'll be lots of mods in the future, Nyko, that allow you to get around it. But yeah, it's going to be a console you're going to have to mod, or it's going to be one where you require some modification to stop the CMO battery from terminating or removing it. So this is the All-Star course. Got a much faster car. I must admit, these faster vehicles, we're going to see how good they are. So this one, as I mentioned earlier, does have DLC, and I've been looking at the DLC stages. Can press X to jump. Trying to get a turbo boost or anything. It's actually better than I was expecting, so I'll probably do a bit of some single player content. Okay, that flashing football, if I hit it, I think I'll get one of the special awards. Technique bonuses, so there are special hidden ones. Yeah, when it comes to preservation, that's a really concerning issue. That means Sony basically putting planned obsolescence on their console. I'm not getting anything more than a C rank. Let's attempt to proceed view replay. It's quite a nice little game, actually. I mean, as I said, visually it's not... Visually it's quite good. Music's quite good. There's just the controls. Fundamentally, the controls aren't great, but... But arguably, if Sony do have that CMO battery, CMOS battery, arguably it's against consumers in quite a way. It's probably it's almost illegal, I would argue, because you're engineering the product to deliberately fail, which I would argue it's not even what you call planned obsolescence, because it doesn't wear out over time. You're deliberately destroying the console that the user has purchased, which is something that you're basically saying you put a self-destruct button in the console that Sony basically allowed to basically detonate after a point in time, and that I think has consumer ramifications that I think Sony are going to may actually have to patch it out themselves, because legally I could argue I really don't have much time on this stage. Got to get moving. Not going to have enough time. So I've really got to move fast on this one. Oh, just 5. Come on, move. I think I was just out by 1. It's not actually I mean, I'm not sure it's a software issue. I mean, there probably is something related to the software itself. But basically, there is a battery inside it, so there's a couple of batteries inside the PS3. One of them is the CMOS battery. If it can't sync, if the CMOS battery dies, then the PS3 needs to then make a call to the server to rectify the server time. If it can do that, then it will allow you to play your games. But if the CMOS battery is gone and let's say PSN is unavailable, it's like permanently shut down for the PS3, then you won't be able to play anything, because it won't. So it's not recording, it's not holding something, and because it's not holding something, the PS3 just refused to boot. Basically, period. It refused to boot any game, period. And the PS4 and the PS5 have the same issue. They all have this same battery in there. But it's probably something related to the software. I think it's checking some sort of internal clock, from what I gathered. And if you're enjoying the stream, guys, as always, please do hit that like button. Very much appreciated. So there are 3 specials. Basically, there are special items. If you hit, you get the special awards. I'm not getting more. I seem to be getting C and C and C, and that's about it. Yeah, it's certainly modding should in theory get around it, but they need to confirm. I mean, I suspect modders will find a way. Yeah, exactly, Software Agent. You got it right on the head, exactly like that Capcom board issue, but you're right. I'm not going to say the word you use. The technical issue, because I think YouTube will throw a bit of a hissy fix. I see you slightly, but yeah, basically the issue with it's the same issue basically. Yeah, I think it's soft money disables the DRM. Whether it prevents the CMOS battery thing, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, no worries, Agent. So I did this stage earlier. Oh, no, I really got to do that nice jump. Okay, let's retry it. I'm not doing it this turn. But yes, definitely we're going to be relying on modders to actually get around this issue for all three of the PlayStation consoles. But I think they said that because people are beginning to become aware of it, it might be a bit of a scandal for Sony. Because basically, you know, if I want to play my PS3 console in 15 years time and the battery's gone, I should be able to, if it still works, or I should be able to download games to it. It should not have to jump through some hoops because Sony decided they didn't want to. And the 360 definitely doesn't have that issue because I think there might... No, I don't think the 360 has a battery in it. The original Xbox did, and that actually had quite a few... Why would they make it so complicated? Because they don't want people to... They wanted to basically lock hardware. Basically, the only reason they'd made that functionality is probably purely for corporate greed, basically, unfortunately. I mean, I only just discovered about it recently, but loads of people have started raising it. It's in the PS3, it's in the PS4, and it's in the PS5, so I think Sony have given themselves a very big headache. Is it wired into a chip? I haven't seen how the battery is. Is it wired into a chip or something? And it really is disappointing. If you're a paying customer, you don't expect to have to... I mean, that's the thing. So this game is PSN Digital. When the CMOS battery goes, I would lose access to it. Added to that, they have said if the CMOS battery goes, it can screw up in installs and you have to re-download them. And as some people are finding out at the minute, some patches have now been removed totally and are no longer obtainable. So I had a bonus stage area. I've not had another one since this is the All-Star campaign. I'm hoping. Yeah, Sony have a really terrible attitude with retro games. It's awful re-releasing their old stuff. Strangely, I mean, I've worked with a few of my old colleagues went to Sony, and they all have that saying sort of, oh, who wants to play old games? Well, actually, a lot of people do, especially when your old games are more tightly designed than your newer ones. And a lot of your old games are a lot quicker to play rather than some 3D modern slog. So it sounds like it does require quite an extensive modification then. Is that going to be high enough? No, I need to get to speed. Oh, the fruit there was glowing, so that's going to be a bonus. I think I'm going to run out of time on this one. These stages are definitely getting harder. Ooh. That was too close. What I'm not going to do. Yeah, the timekeeper chip is legendary, isn't it, where it is? In fact, you literally have to saw open the chip to get to it.
3, 2, 1.
But yes, if you do want to get PS3 games, now is the time to grab them from the store. We are on borrowed time now. And it does mean literally, they said it's something like I think it's something like 700, there's about, they said the store shutdown is over 2,000 video games, and there's something like 400 or 500, I think some people said about 700 exclusive titles that are literally not available on any other format. It's literally, it reminds me of the bonfire of the van. The reason it's not easily accessible is because they don't want you to replace it. That would be why, Nico. That's the... I mean, the Saturn batteries were one... And the Saturn's probably about the only console I can think that has an easily replaceable battery. Oh, just out. Yeah, you don't get a lot of spare time in this one. This stage is... Yes, can I get to the... Oh! Just missed out on the fruit. Okay, can I get to... Oh, I need to be quick, so I've got that one there. No, it's that. Please don't be at the top. One thing I will say is the map's a bit annoying because it doesn't tell you the height items are at, so... Ooh. Yes, that one's there. I'm not going to... I think I'm not going to do this one. I think I'm running too low on time. I literally need to hit everything as I go. But you do actually have a drift system in this, which is quite nice. I mean, I actually studied design, so I know the basic fundamentals of why you would do that. There's a term in design called planned obsolescence. It's a horrible, horrible design concept, but it is there. And planned obsolescence should be fundamentally illegal. Okay. Time out. What did I miss? The Dreamcast one was rechargeable as well, but inevitably over time it will wear out. The only reason you'd want to replace it is if it looks like it's going to leak. And the Xbox had the infamous... Yeah, I've had my PS3 since 2010, so I have no idea what the lifespan of the CMOS battery is. I'm guessing it's probably quite a few years, but inevitably it's going to run out. But yeah, I'm just going to check, is there any more on this at the start? No, so I think a lot of people are really learning about the CMOS for the first time at the minute because it's suddenly a lot of people are talking about it. Eek, I just missed that one. Because if I do the... Yeah, the Dreamcast was always a good console. I think the Dreamcast's been let down by the fact there's not that many games that's still exclusive to it. Most of them you can get on other formats, most of the big titles, and there's still a few, but not many. I also think the Dreamcast didn't necessarily have the biggest okay, that I've got to hit that balloon as well. Oh, is that one behind? Oh, I've got them all. Yeah, no, it's been this week has been a real eye-opening experience for me as well, because I've only been researching this. So, yeah, thanks for dropping by, guys. By all means, I'll be streaming today, tomorrow, and Thursday at the minute. I hope you guys are liking looking at a game that is soon to be completely removed from the store as well. It's definitely nice to show it off because there isn't much on Toy Home at all. So it's like nervousness about that because that means there could be content IDs, but we'll just take the rough with the smooth, so to speak. But yeah, I've only learnt about the CMOS battery literally last week myself, so I've been going round. I'm going to do a try and get a list of as many to help people aware of all the games that are going to be removed on PS3. I can't really cover the Vita as we don't have one, although I could at least take a look. Oh, they're flashing. Do I need to knock all of these down for one of the medals? I think so. And yes, if I knock them all down, I did get a medal. But yes, I must admit, I am slightly annoyed. I think Sony should have given everyone a year's warning. At least they should have shut it down in, I feel, the end of the year. So it's 2020. I think they basically announced it way too quick, the store shut down. Considering how many games are going down, I think they've done this shutdown way too soon. They should have given... I mean, arguably, there's actually consumer rights laws here in the UK that mean they should... And what's weird, I don't know if you guys are aware, there are going to be PlayStation Vita games releasing literally all the way up to the week the store will be shutting down. So literally, you'll be able to buy new Vita games literally the week it shuts down. It's absolutely madness. Sony didn't even tell any developers they were shutting it down. So there's literally loads of Vita developers rushing to finish their games on time. Oh, I just missed that one. Oh no, come on. Come on, Riven, you can do this. You've got to get this right. Got 10 seconds now. Ooh. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh! A big sigh of frustration from me there. Okay, right, I'll do it this time. Now I've got this one down. Basically, yeah, get the freshly baked bread before it expires. Yep. And this as it uses SixAxis controls, I'll showcase a few games. I'll do all PSN ones. This one is unlikely to ever come back because Game Republic went bust. So, and as it uses SixAxis controls as well. Oh, I'll restart that. Yeah, I mean, I think they should have given like a year and said, I think Sony should have come out and said, we're going to shut it down at the end of 2022. I mean, it's just really bad for the Vita because basically they've just turned around and said, oh, hey guys, they didn't own, Vita developers apparently weren't told anything until everyone received the notice. So the rumours hit about 3 weeks before the official announcement. Okay, don't want to do that. And then we got the official confirmation. Yeah, for me, it's more about just making sure I've got the games I want to play and for what we can archive.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, fortunately the PS1 and PS2 don't do, but if they'd have done it, you would already have been lost access to playing your PS1 consoles, but it's gonna really, I think it will damage Sony's brand image. It's gonna damage their brand image with developers. I mean, it's really looking like amateur hour, but the problem is Sony right now are basically a monopoly almost. Switch is a sort of side console, and Sony have real market share, and Xbox is really a way behind. So, I mean, and Microsoft are not paragons of virtue either. I will admit they've made some horrible things, like the Xbox One being online only. That was a truly horrendous decision originally that they had to dial back on, although the console still has quite a lot of online functionality as a result. Right, let's get the jump one from the early on. So, ooh. Oh yes, I finally made it. So there's one here, and I've got to get the balloon at the back as well. Cow, can I get? Yes, yes, right. Okay, so that's all of them. I've got to get. That's all of them in the outside ring now. Because, I mean, basically Sony is saying they don't want people to own their consoles for more than a set period of time with this Cosmos battery, so... They basically say, you're buying our console, but we don't want you to keep using it when we decide we don't... And it's just a really horrible brand image, and Sony need to address it. I think Sony need to patch it out, and I think Sony need to update the firmware, and I think Sony should delay the shutdown of the store, at least, I mean, till 2022. And I actually think that Sony should hand off the store for the old. I think it should actually hand it off to somewhere like the Internet Archive, so people can still buy their games. I think but you almost want like a preservation society that Sony would hand it off to. That would make better sense. So I've just got the one. I'm going to see how many gold coins I can get before I finish this stage. Nearly got them all. I'm trying. 18 seconds. Come on, Riven. Oh, that's up there. Okay, I'm gonna. Can I get better than a? So we got. Oh, there are 5 medals on that. Your rank is... C again. I'm really not getting well. I mean, that was quite a good performance, but yep, that was only a C. I'm guessing you need all medals and all the specials to get A and B ranks. But you can press select to return to the last checkpoint as well. Yeah, if I was running a company, I would be slightly more morally focused. I mean, I would set it up so that... I mean, I can understand you eventually do have to wind down the stores, but you should do it in a way where people can still pick up the stuff or get it via some sort of archive society. That I wouldn't have... Yeah, and so the PS3 does have... The PS3 in Japan actually has a large chunk of PS1 games to buy. That really wasn't... in fact, you can get a lot of PS2 games in the Japanese PS3 store. The Japanese PS3 store actually has a large... almost pretty much every PS1 and every PS2 game. But for some reason, that didn't translate over here. They didn't release... I mean, we really only got quite a titchy. Only really Square Enix seemed to care about getting their stuff released. And even Square Enix didn't release a large chunk of their stuff, so... Oh, we've got another jump. Where am I going to have to hit to get that jump? That looks like a ramp there. Okay, attempt no 2. You can actually power slide in this, which is quite good. Okay, that's right. Oh! Oh, I jumped over it. I just should have run at it. Ah, that was just the last one as well. That looks like it. Retry. Yeah, they do, don't they? Square Enix North America does still actually sell their PS1 games on their website. And apparently Limited Run Games actually said Sony still has the capabilities to produce PS1, PS2 and PS3 games, so they can still make them. They don't have the only one they don't have the facilities to produce anymore is UMDs. I'll be honest, UMDs are not particularly well made. They are prone to breaking over time and catching and tearing the cases apart. I've actually got a couple that have actually split. I do like all the toys dotted around. Oh, sorry guys, I've realised the mic was off for a second. Thanks for everyone who's been on stream who's departing now. Thank you, Carrick, for joining the stream. Thank you very much. Carrick TV, good to see you back. And thanks, Nico, for joining the stream. I've just realised my mic was off for a second there.
3, 2, 1.
So I hope you all have a good night, wherever you are in Europe, if you are finishing. But thank you for all joining the stream. This is, for those who haven't seen, this is Toy Home, which was done by Game Republic. It is a SixAxis racing game, so I'm actually using the SixAxis controller to steer. That will probably put the fear into most of you. Seeing as though the SixAxis controls weren't the best, and trying to get up this one is a bit of a nightmare, I have to admit. Can I reverse up it? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, yes. Okay, so that's how we do it. Yes, apologies I didn't reply to you sooner, Carrick. I did reply, and then I just noticed my mic was off and thought, that's probably why no one said anything. But thank you for joining. Hope you guys are all having a good day. Hope you're all keeping well at the minute. No, this has no physical version. This is a digital-only game. And I'm going to be looking at all digital games over the next week. This is a digital-only game. This has not got a physical release, and I'm sure, as you may be aware, PlayStation 3 store is closing on the 2nd of July, and when that happens, this game will be rendered unattainable, and I think this will be one of many games that will no longer be made available. It's only available on the PlayStation store. I bought this about a year back now. I bought this, I think, I bought a few games last year because I had a feeling there was a shutdown coming, or some sort of nuke event when they started shutting down the web store for the PS5. I think Sony just don't want to maintain this store while the PS3 store, now the PS5 is. Whereas Microsoft are maintaining the 360 store, so and you have got back cat games as well, so yes, I think there's over 2,000 games at the minute, which is rather worrying, and at least I think something like 3, 4, 5, I think maybe as high as 700 games are exclusive to PlayStation. So certainly PSP, most of the PSP games were exclusive to PSP. They said those games are only available on one format, or only available on the formats that will be shut down. So when that happens, it's quite worrying. So there isn't a huge amount to do in Toy Home. It does seem, there is online competitive modes. I'm not sure if the online's still working, but there is co-op verse modes. And the aim of the game is literally drive and collect the rings, the coins, and find hidden medallions as well. So that's going to be, if you just get the rings, you seem to only get C ranks. So I need to improve my gameplay skill. Only been getting C ranks. And as always, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button. Very much appreciated. And if you like randomised gaming content, please do consider subscribing as well. It's always very much welcome. Said I will be covering the PS shutdown over the next few weeks. I will do a proper video. I'm going to do a video on the PS1 soft mod that makes it Region 3. Hopefully this week, if not next week. We've got a playthrough of Mad Dog McCree coming tomorrow on PS3, which is another game that's going to be lost. And then I will be trying to cover as many games as we can while it's still available, while the content is still available. Eek this course again.
3, 2, 1. Start.
But if you do like the look of Toy Home, I highly recommend you buy it and the DLC now while you still can. Not perfect, but it's actually quite good fun. I mean, it fills a niche you don't often see, sort of stunt racing. And you don't see too many stunt racing games these days, so... I mean, I appreciate the controls aren't fantastic, but you know what? It's nice. It does something a lot of other games don't, which is nice to see. It's kept me going for about 2 hours now, so I still got quite a lot to unlock. I don't know if there's hidden cars or anything. Oh, no, that's not going to be good enough to make that jump, is it? Okay, I'm not doing this one then, if I just failed that jump. Need to quickly get back on track. This definitely punishes if you lose the time bonuses. Okay, that's not the bonuses. Yeah, I mean, I do feel sorry because for some indie developers, the PS3, PS Vita, and PSP stores may be their only source of income, and they're going to lose that. And a lot of developers are going to lose income from a lot of their games because Sony shut it down. Yes, Revo on the Dreamcast. I think it was on the PS2 as well. I had totally forgotten about that game, I have to be honest. Carrick TV. Good shout out there.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, what's actually scary is to me the PS3 doesn't seem that old, seeing as this is actually this actually came out when I was working in the industry. So when I started, we were going to make a game on it, but we didn't actually see the dev kits for PS3 for a few months. So when we finally got it, it was like, oh wow, this is PS3. So I am actually credited on a few PlayStation 3 games. Now I also worked on the now long since defunct PlayStation Home. I was actually a developer on that for 3 years. Basically running this whole... I ran one of the... Basically was running the QA department for one of the studios, doing submissions and text for items and checking bugs and literally doing a bit of creative as well. It was but yeah, everything PlayStation Home did is now long gone. Okay, that's annoying. I'm just going to go for that bit straight away. This stage is... We do seem to be having some repeat stages, I will notice, in the different courses, so that's a slight negative. And as mentioned, there's the main game. This thing, I've got the DLC, so I think the DLC added some vehicles and a few bits and bobs. Although it seems to me like it might have been DLC that was cut from the game, because a lot of these early games, literally all the DLC was content in the game that the developers... that usually it was the publishers locked out. I am aware of a couple of games that Microsoft and a few others literally did. They built the game with unlocks and then Microsoft said, no, we want to sell this content back to the users. So, you too, Carrick TV, fantastic to see you here on the stream. Great as well. Have a good night. I appreciate it's getting late in Europe, so great to see you guys. Thanks for just dropping by as well. It's great to see you again on stream. I think I'll probably finish in a few minutes as well. But as always, if you enjoy our stream, please do hit that like button. Everything, guys, very much appreciated. So this jump, as you've seen before, is quite irritating. You don't have a lot of room and you do have to be basically at full speed. So you really have to set some of these jumps up, which I will say is not good games design. In fact, I literally have to back up to the very utmost to get that max speed jump. Try again. This stage is a bit of a nightmare actually. We encountered it early and we've done it, so now we're doing the All-Stars track and it's popped up again. So for those of you who want a normal gameplay video, I'll look at the base game in the next few days, maybe look through the online mode I didn't cover, and do a video on that as well. Probably do quite a quick video actually on this one, about 10 minutes. A couple of stages. See if I actually get one where I get an A rank. I'll just do a quick written opinion on it. Back this up. I want to get oh, come on people. Some of these jumps you do not, so that's a real issue. I'm struggling to jump some of this, so that's a design flaw. I mean, that was me at max speed as well, so, or at least max speed that I could obtain at this point. Come on, jump, you've got to hit that. Yes, this is one game where the SixAxis controls do definitely put a damper on it quite a lot. So if you're not prepared to have the patience to work with the SixAxis controls as I have, you're definitely not going to enjoy it. The controls aren't as bad as something like Lair. Lair had by far the worst SixAxis controls. Fortunately, they patched out the SixAxis controls with Lair, so... Okay, come on, come on. Oh, hit the jump as well. I'm not sure the jump's getting out. I've got to hit that at speed and hit the jump. I think if you hit it too... I think what the problem is, I'm hitting it too fast, so the inertia's taking me over and then the jump's not initiating, and I need a bit of inertia and jump. Okay, right. Okay, nice jump. Thanks, game. Thanks, game. Yep, really fantastic. I was doing this jump with the buggy before. This vehicle's really struggling to make this jump. The thing I do, can I do a so for anything to like enhance jump? Oh, that wasn't so good. Music's quite good, I will admit. Although it does get a little bit samey. Thank you to everyone watching. I think I'm going to wrap this up in a minute as we've hit the 2-hour mark. My voice is getting very hoarse actually tonight. So I will give this one last shot, and if I fail miserably, I'll save the base game for a normal video. I think I've covered enough tonight. I think 2 hours to give you an idea, and this has largely been the DLC content we've covered, so to give you a feeling of what the game's like. I really hope you like the looks of this. Just be aware, as said, this will probably not be ever coming back because this uses SixAxis controls, and Game Republic, the developer, are now sadly no longer with us. Game Republic did some very good games actually. Forsaken Kingdom of Mahjong, Folklore as well, as Nico mentions, is very good. A lot of these games, because they Knight's Contract as well, though Knight's Contract's on Folklore was PS3 exclusive, but yeah, we're not going to see their games come back. So literally, if you want them, yeah, this car's struggling to get the jump height. If you want them, now is the time, because if you don't get them now, they're going to be gone for good, and I can't see Sony bringing some of these games back. Some of them, I think possibly Rain, which is a Japan Studios one, might come back on PS5 or PS6. But something like this, quirky title, didn't probably sell that well, probably because it's an early game. It uses a quirky control system that no one really liked. It ain't ever coming back, sadly. It's going to be buy it now or hope someone has made a backup of it and then posts that backup on the internet, if you know what I mean. And I must admit, when whole libraries are being canned, there's definitely discussion for making them, releasing them into the public domain and making them more available. Okay, so speed. Well, this one is a real pain. This section's a real pain, this stage. Okay, right, here we go. Is that going to hit it? Is that going to... Oh, for... Politely cutting myself off there. Because this is quite aggravating. Up we go. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, one last shot. I was quite enjoying this. The controls aren't too bad. They take a little bit getting used to. They're not good for tight corners, as when you're going up the rampy bit. You can use a brake, but it's not too bad. I'm having some fun with it. It could be worse. It could be worse. Layer is probably the best SixAxis game, but Layer is terrible with SixAxis controls. So if you... Layer is basically what I describe as Rogue Squadron with dragons, as it was made by Factor 5. It's actually a really good game. I highly recommend you download the DLC now, as that's in the shops. There's the normal control DLC for Layer is actually in the PSN shop, and I will cover Layer. I will actually dig out my copy and cover it, because I need to make sure I've got the patches, because I actually quite enjoyed Layer with all the content. The updates they added in, the additional dragons and stuff. You will lose the additional dragons and the Is that going to make it? Aha. Okay, so you've got to get the ramp just right and you get a sort of boost. Okay, so let's go. Let's go, Mr. Driver. Come on, come on! Okay, I should actually try the left side. It's nearest on the left side, not the right side, so I should stay on the left. It's actually a slightly angled table with that jump by the looks of it, so you have more distance to jump on the right than the left by the looks of things. So let's line this up. Oh, yes you do, and that's still not quite good enough. Whoa! I'm gonna give this one last shot, ladies and gentlemen, and then, like me, you're probably a bit tired of me doing this stage. This is the second time. Definitely this is an issue. Some of the vehicles seem to be unable to... The difficulty does seem to be... Unless there's some additional jump function, I should have checked in the tutorials, like a double jump or a boost. Okay, you hit the triangle button for the boost. Okay, that is me being a bit of a noob then, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. Oh, we got a... It did suddenly dawn on me. There might be other functionality that I'm not using. So yes, that's me being an absolute noob. There is a boost function, which will make this jump a piece of cake. Quite literally as we land into the cake. Okay, my apologies for wasting your time, ladies and gentlemen. I should have done that much, much earlier. That's me being an absolute noob for not researching the game more. I'm not sure what turbo is. I think it might be one of the coloured lights. I'm guessing it's related to the number of coins and stuff. Okay, I need to get up there. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing next. There is a turbo button. Okay, so I know how to drive better when we do this. Ooh. So I'm going to guess this right. If I do this correct, that should go through both if I'd got that angle right. Let's just... Go smashing stuff for some time. Just set this up right so I've got a perfect angle on this one. Eek, I only got 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Completed. Oh, 6 off 100. Okay, so I had 3 of them. So the cake, the statue, and the... Your rank is C, so obviously you I'm guessing a B rank would be beat the stage and get, say, all the medals or all the specials. I'm guessing an A rank is beat the stage, get all the medals and all the specials, which I haven't done. Oh, we've got the sink again. And the table. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be it. I will wrap it up after this stage. In fact, this run. So however we do, I won't do any more. So this is literally going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the final countdown for tonight's stream. Slightly. Oh, right, I'm not going to do any more. I'm going to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all for watching. This has been Toy Home, released on the Sony PlayStation 3 in the PSN store. So it's a digital-only title. As we're discussing, it was released in 2007. It was developed by the sadly now defunct Game Republic, and it was published by Sony in all regions. Now, Game Republic did make a couple of other games that are PSN store only. They did make one based on Settlers Catan that I believe is now delisted. Sony's Japanese studios have also made a number of PSN games, as I mentioned a couple in the actual live chat, that are PSN only, that were only released in Japan. So there are a couple. There's you actually have, just out in this quick list, you have Rain, you have Shikatel, which is Japan only, you have Echochromes 1, Echochromes 2, although Echochromes 2 did get a physical release on PS3, and Echochromes got a physical release on PSP. Beat Sketcher is another download only game. Dress was a Japanese only one, and it's literally called the word dress, so yeah, it's a terrible name. And Mina no Putter Golf, which is actually everybody's golf putter. So those are the ones. Also, Puppeteer is definitely worth looking at. A lot of people have been saying what a great game that is, and at the minute the retail copies of that are getting a bit pricey, so might be worth grabbing before the Chrome shuts down. I should say Echochromes 1 only got a PS3 digital release. There's not a retail version of the PS3. It got a PSP digital, but yes, there is a wealth of games we will be looking at over the next few weeks, so do buy them now because they ain't going to be around for much longer. So that leaves me all to say thank you for watching the stream. I have been your rather croaky host now, Random Gamer Riven. Thank you all for watching. Wish you a good night, a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. As always, please do follow Randomised Gaming Please do subscribe to Randomised Gaming if you like our content, and consider following us, etc. Reading the blog as well. We will have stuff coming out. So I'll be streaming again tomorrow. I'll also be doing a video that will be coming out for Mad Dog McCree, which will be out later tomorrow, as I haven't done a video. I mean, I was hoping to get Knights of Valor Part 7 out. I'll do that at the weekend now. But there will be some more video content. Hopefully I can get Mad Dog 2 tonight. I really am hopeful, else otherwise I'm going to be starting to hurl a joypad at Sony tech support. But hopefully it's not looking good. The PS3 store, trying to buy stuff is very hit and miss at the minute. But thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. That's it from me. I wish you a good night, a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I say